Oklahoma had only 2 days to breathe. Then the sky turned violent again. On May 22, 2011, Joplin, Missouri was devastated by an EF5 tornado, and just 2 days later, on May 24th, the atmosphere reloaded over Oklahoma. This time, northern and central Oklahoma were in the path. The setup was dangerous: warm, unstable air, strong wind shear, explosive storm energy, and by afternoon, supercells began forming across the plains. But this was not just a normal, severe weather day. This became one of Oklahoma's most violent tornado outbreaks. The National Weather Service says the outbreak produced 1 EF5 tornado, 2 EF4 tornadoes, and 2 EF3 tornadoes, 5 violent tornadoes, in one outbreak. By the time it was over, 11 people were dead, 293 were injured, and entire communities were left picking through what the wind had erased. The strongest tornado of the day was the El Reno, Piedmont, Guthrie EF5. It touched down west of El Reno, then carved across open country, roads, homes, and rural neighborhoods. This tornado became one of the most intense tornadoes of the outbreak. Winds were estimated over 200 miles per hour. Homes were destroyed, vehicles were thrown, power lines were ripped apart, and the tornado moved through the kind of wide-open Oklahoma landscape where you can see the storm coming, but still have almost nowhere to hide. That is what makes Oklahoma tornadoes so terrifying. You can watch the sky darken, you can see the wall cloud lower, you can hear the warning, but when a violent tornado is moving across the plains, minutes are all you have. And on May 24th, those minutes mattered. Some people made it to shelter, some did not. Some were caught on roads, some were inside homes that could not survive EF4 or EF5 winds, and some communities were hit so hard that the damage looked impossible. The outbreak did not stop with one tornado. There were multiple violent tracks, multiple towns warned, multiple storms rotating at the same time. Radar was lighting up, sirens were sounding, spotters were calling it in, and across Oklahoma, people were being told to take cover immediately. This is the part people forget. The Joplin tornado was not an isolated moment in a quiet year. 2011 was one of the most violent tornado years in modern U.S. history, and May 24th proved that the atmosphere was still capable of producing monsters, even after one of the worst tornado disasters America had ever seen. 2 days after Joplin, Oklahoma got hit again, not by one violent tornado, but by a full outbreak. 1 EF5, 2 EF4s, 2 EF3s, 11 lives lost, nearly 300 people injured, and a reminder that tornado season does not pause just because people are already grieving. That is what makes this anniversary so important. It is not just about looking back. It is about remembering how fast the sky can change. It is about taking warnings seriously. It is about knowing where you would go before the sirens sound. Lowest floor, interior room, away from windows, shoes on, helmet if you have one, weather alerts turned on. Because when the atmosphere reloads, you may not get a second chance to decide. May 24th, 2011 was another reminder from the plains. The forecast became real, the warnings became urgent, and the sky over Oklahoma became violent again. For tornado history, severe weather alerts, radar updates, and real-time storm stories, follow StormScapes. And if there is one thing this outbreak still teaches us, it is this: when the warning comes, do not wait to see it. Move before the wind gets there.